Welcome to the CC-Link-IE Field Seminar from CLPA. My name is Seereiner. I'm heading the product portfolio for Industrial Ethernet Passive and Sensors and Actuator Interface at Weidmüller Interface in Germany. Today, I'm going to show you what we have done together with CLPA to get the key to success for our products in Asia. The world is changing. We see more and more intelligent systems are coming to the market. We see more and more controlled, effectively communication protocols driving factories, producing new applications and requiring connection solutions for all these different systems. Weidmüller is a company providing connectivity solutions for this new digital world with active and passive products supporting many different protocols. We see for the smart factory more and more modular, digital and more intelligent products are being brought to the market. We call them integrated solutions with requirements for simple and safe connection technology. As our customers becoming more and more global, also Weidmüller becomes more and more global. We have 72 sales companies worldwide. We are developing in Latin America, in Asia, as well in Germany. And of course, we have sales representatives in more than 60 countries to promote and sell our products. So we are global and we become more global in the future in a more digital and global world. Our sales is growing, specifically in Asia. Last year, we've been doing 31% of our sales in Asia, with a strong growth of more than 7% in that region. So Asia is becoming more and more of a very important market to Weidmüller. And also the automobile production facilities that are being built up in Germany and built up in Asia are a very strong focus from Weidmüller in the future. Let's take a closer look in an automotive manufacturing plant in Asia. Especially in Asia, there are many different technology suppliers for all the different applications. We have applications like the body shop, like the painting, and like the final assembly inside those plants. And due to the variety of many different technology suppliers, we have many different machines and control units communicating with each other. As there is a variety of different communication architectures within the different applications, it's good to have a connection technology that is suitable for many different protocols. And this is why Weidmüller supports the activity from CC-Link-IE Field together with Profinet for a joint development of gateways. As the connection technology can be used either for Profinet or for CC-Link-IE Field, the installation philosophy and the installation architecture is equivalent for both systems, and that brings benefits to the end user. We've been qualifying our products in accordance to Profinet as well as in accordance to CC-Link-IE Field. Why does Weidmüller support CC-Link-IE Field and the Gateway to Asia campaign? By working together with the product expert for CC-Link-IE Field, we could use our product know-how to realize standards in accordance to customer needs. So Weidmüller and CC-Link-IE Field organization has been working very closely together in defining and realizing the specifications specifically for connectivity solutions. We have an active involvement of our product specialist together with the CC-Link-IE Field organization on one side locally in Japan, on the other side with a very strong relation in CLPA in Europe. And of course, with our expertise that Weidmüller has gained in the last couple of years in the Asian market, we could replicate the customer needs that we know from Asia to the demands of the CLPA. So working together is always a very good thing in order to realize products that are in accordance to the market need. So we are recognizing the technological requirements for the qualification of the connectivity products for CC-Link-IE Field. That means that by qualifying our products to the specification of CC-Link-IE Field, we get a much better access to the Asian market, which is using CC-Link IC field. And of course, with the membership on the CLPA, that helps to obtain the technical guidelines as well as the certification know-how that is required to qualify the products in accordance to the CC-Link IC field specification. Now, let's take a look a little bit on connectivity solutions for industrial need. An RJ45 is a very, very common product. So many people are using that product that is coming out from the office environment, also in industrial environment. But there are three major things that need to be considered when talking about industrialized RJ45s. One is the cabling, another one is the data transmission, and last but not least, there is the environmental difference between the office and the industrial environment. Cabling installation in the office are usually in fixed building installation. You have pre-wired connections and most of them are wired in star topology. Now in industrial environment, we have very individual network architectures. We have line topologies, we have redundant ring topologies, and of course we need very robust components when it comes to shock and vibration. And most of the connectors that are being used need to be field attachable as the length of the link is not predefined yet in the machinery industry. When we talk about the data transmission in the office environment, we have a high data flow and a medium network traffic. So for example, if you get your email 2 nanoseconds later, that's not a problem. But in an industrial environment, when two robots are communicating and the signals are just being lost or coming a few milliseconds too late, then the robot will stop. And this means that the production line will stop as well. So in the industrial environment, we have more small data packages. We have a requirement for a very high network usability. And of course, we have very high real-time cyclic communication. That means the weakest part of a network is the connector. If the connector doesn't work, the network doesn't work. And so from the environmental perspective, in an office environment, you usually have 20 degrees Celsius, you have no shock and no vibration, you just have no EMC disturbances. But in an industrial environment, you have temperatures ranging from 75 degrees Celsius down to -40 degrees. You have oil and gas and aggressive environments. You have dust, dirt, and welding splatters flying around. And of course, a lot of influences coming from electromagnetic fields as well as shock and vibration. Now, to realize a product that fulfills all of the requirement, test specification needs to be written. There is a test specification for CC-Link IE field that is recommending all the tests for the network infrastructure being used in CC-Link IE field. Now this complies to several requirements when we talk about electromagnetic noise, when we talk about shock and vibration, pulling from cables on the RJ45 connectors. So all of these requirements need to be fulfilled when an RJ45 connector should be used in a CC-Link IE field environment. Now, these specifications are divided in two sections. One section is defining the cable, and another section is defining the connector. And of course, these two parts, they need to work together in order to make sure that the system network is working properly. Just as an example, the cable needs to comply to return loss, capacity, impedance requirements. And the connector must be, of course, conform to RJ45 dimensions. There is requirements for return loss, for near-end crosstalk, far-end crosstalk, signal, contact, connection, and other things. To make sure that the requirements comply to the standards, the manufacturer of the connector has to approve and to state that the products comply to the requirements of the required list from CC-Link IE field. Just a few examples. We are testing the IP rating. We are testing the climatic damp heat. We are testing the shock and vibration. And of course, we need to comply to international standards for shock and vibration requirements. But are these requirements that we find inside the international specification adopted to the demands, for example, in a robotic plant? Weidmüller has done the testing in cooperation with the car manufacturer. Now, the peak acceleration that we have measured in all three directions are very hard for an industrial environment. So, say it in a simple way, the head of a robot is one of the toughest environments where a connector needs to survive. And we've been doing the measurements of the acceleration for the connectors, and we see in all three axes, X, Y, Z, we see peak acceleration not higher than 20 G. And when we comply to the international standards, we see that the international standards also ask to comply for 20 G in all three axes. So we can state that the international standards for shock and vibration comply to the requirements of the market. And that means that the defined requirements in the CC-Link I field requirement specification for connectors comply to the application on the robot inside robotic body shops in the automotive production. As an example, I would like to give a glance on an RJ45 installation that we have done to comply with CC-Link IE field. This was the first 10 gigabit RJ45 that doesn't need a tool and can be harnessed in the field in less than a minute. It can go from AWG22 wire gauge up to AWG26. It has a color coding for TIA-A, B and Profinet, so it can be used in all of these applications, and it complies to either Profinet specification as well as CC-Link application. The idea of having an industrial connector being harnessed in the field has the requirement for a very easy installation. We've been selling more than 1 million of these connectors right now, and this shows that an adopted product for the demands of the market with an easy installation with a 10 gigabit support as well as the qualification and certification to all the necessary standards can be a success also in Asia. Weidmüller supports CC-Link IE field because we believe that certification and qualification of products is necessary for market acceptance. Specifically in the automotive industry, a manufacturer that has all the necessary approvals and certificates is the only one who will be accepted as a supplier. CC-Link IE field technology has specific requirements on the connection technology. Only a manufacturer with a good competence for these technologies and for these requirements can comply to these requirements from CC-Link IE field. The product know-how from our product specialists have influenced also the specification process of the CC-Link IE field cables and connector guideline. So we've been working actively together with the people in Japan as well as here in Europe to bring in our product support and product know-how for a clear regulation of the specification. And specifically in Asia, the only way of getting into the market for German and European manufacturer is to have certificates that are in accordance to the requirements of the protocol. And last but not least, for us as a German manufacturer having access to the Asian market, the cross-marketing is also very important. And we've been working very closely together with CLPA in the last years on fairs, on seminars, on stories, and of course on this virtual seminar to promote CC-Link IE field technology. This helps German companies to get better market acceptance and of course a market penetration in the Asian market. So, I think I was able to show you that Weidmüller supports CC-Link IE field technology because the robustness of the products as well as the requirements to the specification is realized by our products. The products that we are delivering into the automotive plant comply to all of the requirements from CC-Link IE field. And Weidmüller is supporting CC-Link IE field as well as the campaign from CLPA, because we see a lot of benefit in sharing our expertise with CC-Link IFE technology partners, as well as cross-marketing for CLPA. Thank you for giving me the attention in this virtual seminar.